Assalamu alaikum, hello everyone. I am Mr. Ali Shawish and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to start a new course that is very important in the university. If you are a mathematics student, physics student and engineering student, you will need the Calculus 1 course and you will take it in the first semester in the university. In this video, I'm going to represent the content of this course, the Calculus 1 course. We are going to take three main units, which are the following. The first one is the limits and continuity. Second one is differentiation. And the last one is application of differentiation. The first unit, the limits. Mostly you didn't study the limits in the previous levels. So the first lesson will be an introduction for you about the limits. We will study together about the concept of limit. This is the symbol of limit. So you will learn the concept of limit. Then we will move to the second lesson, which is computation of limits. This is the core lesson of this unit. We will solve many problems that contain the limits. We will find the limits for many functions that we have studied before. For example, you will find the limit for a rational function, for example. Or you will find the limits for the trigonometric functions and all the functions that you have studied before. In the third lesson, you will study the continuity. This is a new thing for you. And it's connected to the limits, of course. Then we will study the asymptotes. I'm sure you have seen this concept before, the asymptotes. We have studied before, but in this unit, we are going to connect it with the limits. So this is a brief summary about the first unit, limits and continuity. The second unit is the differentiation. Differentiation, basically, it is finding the rate of a change for a function. We have studied the rate of change before. We find something called slope. So slope basically is differentiation, but we found the slope for only straight line function. For example, y equal x, y equal 2x. It's very easy to find the slope for a straight line functions. So the first two lessons is an introduction about differentiation. In this unit, we will find the rate of change, or the differentiation is the same meaning for all the functions that we have studied before. Firstly, we have to learn, or we have to study the main three rules. The first one is the power rule, then the product rule, and the quotient rule, and then the last one is the chain rule. These are the main three rules about the derivatives of derivatives. Then we will find the derivative for different functions. For example, trigonometric functions, which are the sine, cosine, tangent, cotangent, secant, and cosecant. 6 trigonometric functions. Then we will find the derivative for exponential function, which is e to the power x, or a constant a to the power x. These are the exponential functions. And logarithmic functions, which is the len function. This is the logarithmic function that we will find the derivative for. The next lesson will be the implicit differentiation, which is a new concept for you. And then we will find the derivative for the inverse trigonometric functions, which are the same functions that I mentioned before, but with inverse. So sine inverse, cosine inverse, tan inverse, cotangent inverse, sec inverse, and cosec inverse. These are the inverse trigonometric functions. And then the last lesson we will study the mean value theorem. After we finish the second unit, we will move to the third unit, which is the applications of differentiation. So you must understand the second unit very well. So the first lesson will be the L'Hopital's rule. It's a new concept. Then we will find the maximum and the minimum values of a function. The problem will be like find the maximum value and the minimum value for a specific function, like sine x. Find the maximum value for sine x, find the minimum value for sine x, and many other functions. In the third lesson, we will study the behavior of a function. We can know the intervals of increasing and decreasing for a specific function using the derivative or using the differentiation. So we can study the behavior of function increasing and decreasing. Then we will study a new concept, which is the concavity. It's also a behavior of a function. We will study it later. The last two lessons, optimization and related rates, these are a real life examples that can be solved using differentiation. So these are a real life examples. We will see it later, inshallah. So these are the contents of the Calculus 1 course. And for some courses, for some universities, they include the integration in this course. But many other universities study the integration in the Calculus 2 course. So these are the three main units for the Calculus 1. Thank you for watching.